Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. I want to talk about something really important, something that took me a long time to figure out. It is about what we chase when we try to get rich and what actually makes us happy. I see a lot of young people, especially folks in their 20s like me, getting into the financial world with big dreams. We all want to make a lot of money, build a successful life, and secure our future. That is a good goal, absolutely. But sometimes, in that pursuit, we can lose sight of what truly matters. And I definitely did for a while when I was younger, in my early 20s. I was all about making quick money. My background is pretty humble, so I really wanted to change my financial situation fast. I heard about all these high return investments, saw people making big bucks, and thought, that is it. That is my ticket to freedom. I blindly followed trends, jumped into popular stocks without understanding them, and listened to every little rumor I heard. I was constantly buying and selling, hoping to ride the wave. Looking back, it was a recipe for disaster, and I made so many mistakes. I got into short-term speculation and lost a significant chunk of money. I fell for schemes that promised huge returns only to realize they were just elaborate traps. I often put all my eggs in one basket, not understanding risk management. And when things went south, they went south hard. My emotions drove my decisions, leading to even more losses. I lost all the savings I had painstakingly built up. It was a really tough period, a real wake-up call. I thought money would solve everything, that having more meant being happier, but I learned the hard way that it is not that simple. After losing so much, I hit rock bottom financially. It forced me to stop, to really think about what I was doing and why. I realized my approach was completely wrong. I was chasing a fantasy, a quick path to riches, and it cost me dearly. That is when I decided to completely change my mindset. I started learning about proper financial planning, understanding the basics, and focusing on long-term stability rather than instant gratification. I let go of that get-rich-quick mentality and embraced a more realistic, steady approach to building wealth. Now, my focus is completely different. I am not looking for aggressive, high-risk investments anymore. I am all about steady savings and low-risk options. I share my past failures and the tough lessons I learned so others, especially young people, can avoid the same pitfalls. I want to help people understand the fundamentals of personal finance and build a solid foundation without falling for unrealistic promises. It is about developing a healthy financial mindset, understanding that true wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account, but about security, peace of mind, and the ability to live life on your own terms. My personality, as you can probably tell, is pretty straightforward. I am honest about my screw-ups. I am not trying to pretend I am some financial guru who has never made a mistake. I am just a regular guy who messed up, learned from it, and now wants to share those lessons. My language is casual, like we just chatting over coffee, no fancy jargon or complicated financial terms. I want to make this accessible and easy to understand for everyone. My tone is usually light, a bit self-deprecating, because honestly, sometimes you just have to laugh at your past mistakes to move forward. The goal isn't to create anxiety or fear, but to offer a cautionary tale, a learn from my mistakes kind of vibe. When I share stories, I usually start by talking about how I got into a particular situation, how I lost money, and then I break down why it happened. After that, I offer practical, common-sense advice for beginners, basically showing them how to avoid the same traps I fell into. It is all about sharing my journey, the good and the bad, to help others navigate their own financial paths more wisely. I see a lot of content out there about making money, passive income, and all these different strategies, and honestly, it often boils down to two types of people. You have the ones who seem genuinely relaxed, truly at peace. They don't flaunt their wealth. They don't try to impress you with expensive cars or watches. Their message is more like, hey, I am building financial freedom for my family, for my future. I am in a place where I can do what I love, and I am happy. Those are the people I truly admire. They exude a sense of inner peace that money alone can buy. Then there is the other side of the coin, the people who tell you, listen to me because I made X amount of money this year. Look at my cars, my watches, my penthouse. I am richer than you, so my advice is gold. And honestly, especially in my age group around 25 to 30, a lot of my friends gravitate towards that kind of image. They want to be rich, they want to be millionaires, and they see those material things as the ultimate sign of success and happiness. I try to be the friend who keeps a level head. When they tell me they want to be a millionaire, I ask them, that is great, but why do you want to be rich? What does being a millionaire actually mean to you? And usually the answer is, so I can buy this watch, that house, this car. It makes me wonder, does that really bring lasting happiness? I mean, I am 27 now. And I've certainly changed my perspective since I was 20 or 23 when I thought money would solve all my problems and bring endless joy through material possessions. I truly believe that material things alone don't make us happy, and I am not saying you shouldn't want nice things. I love nice things. My parents actually call me 5-star because I appreciate good restaurants, nice watches, cool cars, and beautiful real estate. I get the desire for quality. But the older I get, the more I mature, the more I realize those things aren't the ultimate source of happiness. They might make you happy, but I don't think they make me happy in the long run. It is that old argument, does money buy happiness? I think money can buy experiences. And experiences can definitely contribute to happiness, but money itself doesn't buy happiness directly. It can give you a more comfortable lifestyle, a better situation, but it won't magically make you happy if you are not happy to begin with. Let me tell you a story. About 6 months to a year ago, I had some free time. I've been working remotely for a while, so I reached out to my friend who is an amazing automotive detailer. I mean, seriously, no one cleans cars better than him. You know how car dealerships often have their own detailing bays and they sometimes do a sloppy job? Well, my friend had contracts with high-end dealerships working on really nice cars. We were talking Porsche, McLaren, Ferrari, crazy stuff one day. I called him up and said, dude, I love cars. If you need help, sign me up. He told me to meet him the next day. He offered me some cash, not a ton, but it was extra money, and I was excited to be around cool cars. So I show up to this secret location, and there are like 10 McLarens. I was so hyped, filming each car, sitting in them, taking pictures, just soaking it all in. My absolute dream car is a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, either the 990 1.2 or the 990 2.1. I just want one. And my friend also had a contract with Porsche, so we be cleaning 911 GT3 RS, Porsche Boxster Spyder RS, brand new cars. Fully optioned out. It was insane that first week. I was on top of the world, cleaning my dream cars, all these exotics. It felt amazing. But after the 20th McLaren, honestly, it just became another car. Seriously, after about 3 weeks of working there, I couldn't even bother to pull out my phone anymore. Oh, another McLaren? Oh, a McLaren Senna. We even detailed Jeffree Star, S McLaren Senna, the one with the Tiffany blue interior and brakes. I cleaned that car. There was a 765 LT McLaren with full exposed blue carbon fiber. I worked on a few McLaren Speedtails, incredible machines. But after 3 weeks of being surrounded by them, you just think, okay, it is another car. You lose that emotional connection, that special feeling. It is just a car, like a Toyota Camry is a car. What was really eye-opening was one particular McLaren. It was a 2020 720s with 8,000 miles, and the dealership used it to shuttle parts between locations. The leather was falling apart, the Alcantara was trashed, the paint was scratched up. You might say, well, it was a work car. But 8,000 miles on a Toyota Camry, that car would be practically new. You could eat off the seats. This McLaren, worth more than my house, looked like it was falling apart after only 8,000 miles. It really makes you think, Doesnt get me wrong. If you love cars like I do, you still appreciate the engineering and the design. But after washing 30 McLarens in a week, you just lose that sense of awe. You almost lose the value of it. I know myself. I still want to work hard enough to afford my 911 GT3 RS. That is a goal, but I am also realistic. I'll buy it, I'll probably enjoy it intensely for about a week, and then it'll sit in my garage and I'll think, this isn't making me as happy as I thought it would. For example, I had a 2017 BMW 340i. So I put a big turbo on it, air suspension, fully built. Once it was done, I was like, okay, what is next? Then I sold it and got a Tesla Model 3 Performance because I wanted something super fast off the line. After doing 20 launch controls, I thought, okay, what is next? This cycle keeps repeating when you prioritize material possessions above everything else. You are always chasing the next thing, the next car, the next watch. I've observed that many people who place material things above all else often seem sadder, more depressed than those who don't. I am not saying this applies to everyone, but it is a trend I've noticed. I see millionaires who are clearly not happy because they constantly chasing something new. It is never enough. They buy the $60,000 watch, the $500,000 car, but they lost touch with what money truly means and what it can do. They just putting on a show, a persona of being rich and having it all. They lose that real value and they just keep chasing. We see it with celebrities, athletes, millionaires. They have all this wealth, yet they often depressed. It is because they prioritizing the wrong things. Their foundation isn't built on what truly brings them happiness, but on materialistic items, which isn't a sustainable base. Many people believe material things will fix how they feel. They think getting that shoe, that car, or that certain look will make them feel confident and successful. But the high from those things lasts about 24 hours, and then you are back to what is next. I've come to realize that a lot of those material possessions are just filling a void. They not providing any real lasting value. So, what truly makes you feel good? What will make you happy when you achieve financial freedom? It is not about getting all the cars or the nice clothes. It is about having the financial freedom to truly live how you want, to be stress-free. This world is full of stress, anxiety, and fear-mongering. For me, the reason I want to be financially stable is to provide for the people I love and to live a life without constant financial worry. I personally find a lot of value in personal growth, whether that is physical, mental, or emotional. I enjoy solving problems. I genuinely like the company I work for. They appreciate me, they value my contributions, and they constantly challenge me with new projects. And I find immense joy in that. That makes me happy. Traveling is fun, creating new experiences, but even simple things, like sitting in my backyard under the sun by the pool. Just chilling. Those moments make me happy. I don't need extravagant things to feel content. Family makes me happy one day. I want a family of my own, and I want to be able to provide for them. I feel like at a certain point in life, most people go down one of two paths. You either realize that life isn't about material gains, or you stay on the path of feeling like you need to prove your worth through possessions. Again, I am not knocking anyone who has nice things. I definitely want to own a house one day, and a Porsche, and a nice watch. But those aren't my primary motivators. They are not why I started this financial journey. This video, in a way, is also for myself. To hold myself accountable, if you choose the path where you realize life is about accumulating material wins, you start learning that it is about stacking internal wins. It is about setting personal goals that make you feel good when you accomplish them. It is about pushing yourself to be a better person, trying to improve by 1% every day, even when no one is watching, even when you are by yourself. When 2025 started, I wrote down a bunch of goals and taped them to my door so I see them every time I leave. It is a constant reminder of why I am on this financial journey and what I truly want to achieve. I don't know if any of you can relate, but I have a lot of friends my age who talk about becoming crypto millionaires overnight or becoming entrepreneurs, and that is fantastic. I am not criticizing anyone's ambitions, but when I ask them why, 9 times out of 10 it is about buying a fancy car, a specific watch, like an iced out AP, or gaining fame and recognition. I am not the kind of friend who tries to be a killjoy and tell them they shouldn't focus on those things. I encourage my friends to pursue their dreams, but deep down, I know that even if they get those things, it won't bring them lasting happiness. Those material things might create a fleeting moment of joy, but they aren't designed for long-term happiness. True. Lasting happiness comes from within, from the things you can control in your mind. The people I see on YouTube who are truly financially free, who live modestly and have families, they just look happy. You can tell they not stressed, they enjoying life day by day. Then you see the other side. The people who boast about a brand new house but are burdened with a $10,000 mortgage or a $500,000 car they can afford to put tires on. But it is okay, they just bought a $60,000 wristwatch and they probably get tired of it in a week and buy a $70,000 one to impress people online. It becomes a never-ending cycle. I feel like my age group is particularly prone to wanting to show off. To flaunt wealth, social media plays a huge role in this, and that is a whole other topic. People see these 10-minute videos of someone buying a supercar or a new watch, and they think that is the path to happiness, but they don't see the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of that person's day. Often, these individuals are chronically depressed, struggling with addictions, gambling problems. You wonder, how can multi-millionaires who are wealthier than most people can imagine have so many internal issues? It is because money doesn't solve internal problems. It can buy temporary fixes, band-aids in the form of material possessions. But ultimately, money won't make you truly happy. If you are starting your financial journey, whether you are young or a bit older, having a clear goal is one of the best things you can do. But I want people to be self-aware about their goals. Really sit down and examine your motivations. If you know deep down that you need that $60,000 watch, paired with a $500,000 car and a $10 million house to be happy, then go for it. I am not here to tell you not to think that way. I am just here to warn people, especially those in my age group, to really sit down with themselves, daydream about it, picture yourself in that car wearing those clothes, doing those expensive things. Then, when you lay your head down at night, ask yourself, will I truly be happy? Like I said, I know myself, I will own a 911 GT3 RS one day. That is my automotive goal. But I can also tell you right now, it is not going to make me happy for long. It will make me happy for about a week, give me that instant gratification of achieving a dream. But after a month of owning that car, I'll probably just think, hey, it is just a car. That is all it is. Just a car. Same with watches. I love watches, and I am a huge sneakerhead. I have 50 pairs of shoes on my shopping list, but I don't buy them all at once, even though I could buy half of them right now. Why? Because I know I can only wear one pair at a time, and the rest would just sit in my room. It would make me happy. So, I went on a bit of a rant here, and I apologize for that, but the main message I want to convey, especially to younger people, is that you don't need material things to make you happy. I used to be that person. If you asked me at 20, what would make me happy, I'd say the most expensive car and the most expensive house. I had absolutely no regard for my emotional, mental, or physical well-being. It was all about how many material possessions I could accumulate right now, believing that was the key to happiness. Now, 5 years later, my answer is completely different. Sure, I still want nice things, but the main reason I want money is to eliminate stress. It is so I can support my loved ones, to pay it forward, to do things with my money that benefit others, not just myself, in my opinion.